Hello, everyone. This is Gavin with Lowcountry Health Brokers. Happy 2026. I'm going to start this new series called Behind the Scenes with Gavin. And this is going to be a video that I put out bi-monthly. So twice a month, every other week. And instead of doing like a newsletter, I thought we'd just come up with a video of catching you up on what's happening around the office, what's happening in the Barney household, and kind of go over a few things that we've experienced with clients to give you the bigger picture of what we do as agents, besides just getting you enrolled in the right plan for your needs. So I'm going to this is going to be the first video, and just bear with us. They're going to get better as we go along. But this is going to be covering a lot of topics. I hope you find it educational, but also entertaining. I hope you look forward to these videos and look forward to tuning in. Please don't hesitate to share these videos with your friends. These are not just for clients, but I really wanted to give you an idea of what we're doing besides just finding the right health insurance plans for our clients. I want you to see the types of conversations that we have, the customer service aspect, what all is going on in our lives, so then you kind of feel like you know us better than just being your agent. So this is going to be, again, some education and entertainment at the same time. So I have a couple things here in random order that I want to go over. The first was, I think the big thing that we really like to focus on as an agent is not just getting you going in your plans, but also keeping you going as things come along. So what I want to do is I want to share with you a story that we had happen to us between Christmas and New Year's. And it was a call that we received in the office, and it was a client that was pretty frantic. And I just want to share this with you because you need to be aware of what is happening in the industry. Okay? So what happened is we were in the office and we received a phone call from a client, from the wife, where the husband had taken a fall a couple weeks prior. He had hit his head on a brick stair, broke his neck, and received staples, had to get some staples in his head. So he was on a Medicare Advantage plan, and he was admitted to MUSC. After being at MUSC for some time, he was going to go to skilled nursing. Now, here's where things got, where the client got really, really turned around, and things got, she really got, upset for the right reason. So she said she had a plan, and this was like the end of December. She had a plan that was going away January 1. Okay. And then the plan that was going to be coming into force January 1, the skilled nursing facility that they were going to be sending him to was not in network. And that concerned us because we want to do a very, very thorough job of making sure that we find the right fit and that we understand all the networks and that kind of thing. So when she called in frantically, saying that the plan that he has starting January 1 is not going to be a network with this skilled nursing facility, it was definitely quite concerning for us. So what happened? Well, we ended up calling the skilled nursing facility. And here's what happened. At some point after that client had met with us and before he had this accident, some agent from Florida had called him and got him enrolled in a different plan than the one that we signed him up for. And that was going to be his plan starting in January. And that plan was not in network with the skilled nursing facility that he needed to go to. So the plan that we did recommend and we did set him up for was in fact in network with that facility. So, she called us probably that day about 8 times, and she was again, she was very distraught about the whole situation. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, we were able to help her get him disenrolled in that plan from the agent in Florida and get him back on the plan that we had initially signed him up for. Okay, so here's the takeaway. You have to be very careful of who you are talking to, especially when we're dealing with Advantage plans, because these Advantage plans, they're very easy for agents to enroll you in these plans, and they're not looking for, finding your best option. They're looking to make a sale. And they'll say, well, you're missing out on this. You can do better here. So let me send you some information. But first, let me see if you qualify. And they try to get your Medicare number, and that's all it takes. They can find everything else out. They get you enrolled, and then you never hear from them again. So just make sure that you're not talking to anybody that calls in, because we can offer all the plans that are available. And we truly want to make sure that you are satisfied with your options and you have the best option for your needs. So just wanted to share that with you. It was a stressful day here at the office because she was obviously crying on the phone. And, it's unfortunate to hear when our clients are having such an unfortunate situation. So, but we were able to get it all straightened out, get him back on the original plan, and everything has been fine since. So just wanted to share that with you. Let's see here. Last week, I got invited to lunch with Blue Cross Blue Shield. Let me turn off my, I got my phone muted here, but I don't have my watch muted. So got invited to lunch with Blue Cross Blue Shield. And it was interesting. Went over to Mount Pleasant and met with the guys that are head of the Advantage plans over there. And they said, just wanted to let you know that you were in the top 5 in the state for Blue Cross Blue Shield. And I thought that was awesome. I understand I was the top agent in Charleston with Blue Cross Blue Shield. But then they started to tell me something, and I'm sharing this with you because I think it kind of, to be honest with you, it irritated me. And I want to share with you why it irritated me, and that'll give you a little better insight as to how we go about doing business here at Lowcountry Health Brokers. So they tell me that the top guy moved all his clients, all of them, over to Blue Cross Blue Shield because he didn't want to have to deal with calling multiple carriers. Okay, here's what I can tell you, and I promise you that Blue Cross Blue Shield was not the best option when it comes to costs, when it comes to medications, for every single client that he put him in. And I want to tell you, that's one of the reasons why you need to work with a broker. We have clients that on the husband and wife go with 2 different plans because they have 2 different needs. And we're not doing this because it's easier to call one insurance company, one home office. It's easier to understand the benefit structure of one plan. No, we're doing this because it is the best fit for you, for your individual needs. And a husband might be with one carrier and a wife might be with another carrier. But that is the benefit of working with a broker. And so it kind of irritated me. I mean, yes, of course, Blue Cross Blue Shield thought that was great because they pulled over a lot of clients. But we don't do what's easy. We do what's right. So just wanted to share that with you and give you a better insight as to why working with a broker makes such a difference. And you'd be surprised. When I run reports on prescription costs, and I still see that that's where most of you are spending your money, it can be as much as $1,000 difference from one plan to the next for the year. $1,000 savings by going to a different plan than another plan. Now, I don't know about you, but most people could use an extra $1,000 in their budget in 26. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give you back or keep you from spending more than you need to so that you can go spend it on the things that you want to spend it on, that makes you happy, that gives you peace. Going to see your grandchildren, going to see your children, going for trips, vacations, going on cruises. I don't think anybody enjoys going down to Publix or CVS and buying medications. Okay? So we're trying to keep that money in your pocket. Amanda had a client, and this isn't on Medicare, but she had a client. She asked me to step in. He went in for a endoscopy. And no need to mention the hospital network, but the situation was that they charged him $900 for something that the insurance company should have taken care of. So we worked with the insurance company and saw that they did pay that. Then we called the provider and made them aware of that situation. And guess what? That client got a $900 refund. Okay. So just be aware that things like that can happen. You don't need to pay for things you should not pay for anything that you're not supposed to pay for. And again, with the Advantage plan, that's a little harder to decipher over the supplement because the supplement is the set Part B deductible. On the Advantage plan, you do have copays, but just be careful. At the doctor's office, at the facilities, they're just, excuse me, they're just taught to collect money, collect payment. And you should not be paying that if the insurance company should be paying that. It's very difficult oftentimes to get refunds. So just be careful and don't pay that unless you absolutely know that that's something. If you ever have a question about that, just give us a call and we'll be happy to help you with that. Want to also let you know that we are having an open house on March the 14th. So please mark your calendars. As many of you know, we have moved into a new office here in Moncks Corner. It is working out great. It's allowed us to hire some other agents. We really like it. It's really good, comfortable. A lot of you have seen it and we've gotten a lot of compliments on it. But now we want everybody to come by on March the 14th, which is a Saturday. We will be announcing the time, so just stay tuned for that. But please make a point to join us, come by and see us and check out our new office. Three other things I want to hit on, and then I'm going to cut you guys loose, and we'll pick it up in 2 weeks. One would be we're having a seminar and dinner for those turning 65. So for a lot of you, you're already on Medicare, and you're much wiser than someone that's only 65. But for those of you, if you know anybody that's turning 65 this year, we're offering a free seminar and dinner. It is going to be an educational seminar, so we're not going to be discussing any specifics related to plans. We're going to be going over Medicare and how supplements work and how Advantage plans work. But that's going to be on Tuesday, February the 24th at 6:30 at the Fireside Restaurant here in Moncks Corner. You'll see the information, the advertisements on Facebook. You can also give us a call. It is reservation only, so please, if you're interested in coming, share this with your friends. Make sure they call the office. Space is limited. Our number is 843-790-4467. And last but not least, two more things, sorry. The last thing is going to be a little fun thing that we're doing here at Lowcountry Health Brokers. But on Thursday, this past Thursday, we started, and this is happening every 2 weeks as well. Every Thursday, first and I guess third Thursday of the month, we are on talk radio from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And it's WTMA 1250 AM talk radio. And the segment is called Ask the Expert. And that's where folks can call in and ask health insurance questions, whether it be Medicare or whether it be for the marketplace and exchange. And we kicked that off this past Thursday and went really well. We're excited about that. It was really a fun time. They were really, really nice. And so be looking for that. That's going to be coming up. I believe, let me just check my calendar. I believe that's the 19th is going to be the next one. Let's see here. Yes, 19th is going to be the next radio slot that we have, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Thursday morning on WTMA 1250 AM. And last but not least, maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but I'm having a pretty big birthday here at the end of this month. February 25th, I turn the big 50. Now, I'm not telling you this because I want any kind of recognition, but this year, for Christmas, I got a puppy. Let's see if I can pull him up on the screen. Okay, here we go. Let's give it a second to focus, maybe. Let's see here. Oh, maybe it's too far away. Let's see here. Well, maybe because it's a screen to screen, I don't know. I was hoping this would be a little better than that. But anyway, his name is Boss. And having a puppy is a lot of work. But it's fun. He's a great, great dog. We do have him at the office. So if you ever have an appointment in the office, you'll be able to come by and see him. Very sweet dog. Yes, I believe in obedience training. So he will be well behaved. It's just, he's not quite there yet. But he's only 15. Yesterday, he turned 15 weeks old. So he's got some learning to do. But anyway, great addition to the office. The staff love him. And he's really a great dog. He's growing by leaps and bounds. The breed, if you're interested, is an American Bully. That's the breed. And in that breed, they have multiple sizes. And he is what they call a pocket. So he's on the smaller size. He's probably going to top out about 50 pounds and be about 14 inches tall. So not a big dog, but very sweet, very loving. He might look intimidating, but he will lick you to death. He's a sweet dog, and can't wait for you all to see him. So thank you for tuning in. Just want to give you some behind the scenes of what's been going on. And we're going to do this, like I said, every 2 weeks. Any things that we have happen to us as far as helping clients or situations that we feel like would be beneficial for you to know about, we will keep track of that, and then we will discuss that in the next video. As we get closer to the open house, we'll also give you more details on that as well. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to watch this, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Have a great rest of your day.